Yep.
Okay, so welcome back, everybody. So last time we rejoined the Salvage Syndicate as you prepared to depart Salvation Outpost to travel to Sharn, where you were to meet with Callie Alwyn, who had been making inquiries at Morgrave University in the hopes of finding someone who might have some information about the Oracle of War. She had sent a letter requesting you to travel to Sharn and bring the Oracle chest with you. So, with the ticket she included in her letter, you board the Lightning Rail and begin the 2 day journey to the City of Towers. You arrive in Sharn and make your way to the Golden Horn Inn where Callie is to meet you. There you find she has already procured you rooms for your stay. Once you've stowed the Oracle, you return to the common room where you are showed to a private table already occupied by Callie herself. Callie immediately begins to brief you, explaining that she'd made contact with Zell Mar, an alumni of the university who had once worked on a project intended to yield something similar to the Oracle. She also mentions a sphinx named Flamewind, who is well versed in the lore of the Draconic prophecy and may be able to interpret the passage recited by the Oracle when it was malfunctioning. Callie warns, though, that getting in to see Flamewind is exceedingly difficult, as staff only allows an audience with Flamewind if she asks for it herself. Of some concern, Callie confides, is the fact that Irulin Karnak is in Shan herself, her intentions unclear. But given your previous dealings with the woman, her presence in Sharn doesn't seem to be entirely coincidental. Callie has tapped a contact of hers, a Madani spy named Ivlo, to keep an eye on Karnak's activities. After reporting that Karnak had been frequently meeting with a tall, cloaked figure, Ivalo has been continuing to surveil Karnak, but as yet has reported nothing new. With this last detail shared, you finish your dinner before heading to bed. The next morning, following a hearty breakfast in the inn's common room, you make your way to Morgrave University, where you present the invitation to meet with Zelmar provided by Callie. You cart the Oracle up to Zelmar's office, where he greets you enthusiastically. He examines the Oracle chest thoroughly, during which he makes comments comparing the Oracle to the work he had done on the project of which he'd once been a part. He indicates that the Oracle appears to have been crafted by Solring Moronan, a dwarf artificer who's been missing since the day of mourning. Zelmar requests the Oracle be left with him overnight for further study, promising to keep the chest and anything he may learn confidential. He humbly refuses payment for his efforts, but makes another small request. Help him impress a woman that he's finally had the courage to ask out. Their date is set to happen in an hour at a nearby tavern called Detention. Zell hands you a small journal in which he has collected a variety of details about Gia, the focus of Zell's affections. Realizing that Zell could provide some valuable insight about the Oracle, you agree to help him out on his dates. All right, and that's where we will pick up. So let me
On
grab
his
that.
dates?
Huh?
Did you say on his dates?
On his date. Singular date.
Oh.
Ba, 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 ba. Let's see, there was a handout. Um, Damn it, how did it go? The date. Okay, don't know what that's about. I know I gave you guys a. Here we go, here we go, here we go. I think it's handout 3. Yep, here it is. All right, just to. There we go. All right, so that was the journal that he had given you that has information about this woman that he's interested in. Okay, uh, so after he gives you that, he He kind of like ushers you out of his office, and he actually locks the door behind him, securing the oracle behind the doors. He turns to you and he says, "Okay, I'm gonna go get ready." He says, "I'll be over there in an hour. So if you could, you might want to try and get there ahead of time. Just kind of find a spot that's, uh, you know, um, what's the word I'm looking for?
A good vantage point.
Yeah, like a good vantage point, but like, inconspicuous. Find a place that's inconspicuous, and you know, uh, hopefully this goes off well." And he's like, kind of like, just kind of wrings his hand like nervously, and he's like, "Okay." He's like, "I'll see you soon," and he rushes off. So now you have about an hour to kind of do what you will. So what you doing?
I guess maybe figure out more of the town. So like wherever we are right now.
Okay, so right now you are still on the grounds of Moorgrave University. So you're kind of in like the university district. The detention tavern is actually not that far away. As a matter of fact, you passed it a couple of times. The times that you've come here, so you've got a pretty good idea where it is. It does seem to be fairly popular with, like, the staff and students that attend the university here. So yeah, I mean,
And
it should be a pretty happening spot.
uh, so what is there anybody? So we're in. Hold on. Where are we again? We're in the academy.
Yes.
So we just have an hour of free time. I guess I'll go to the library and see if I can't find any like worthwhile books on, I don't know, engineering or something.
I'll do whatever Killian does.
Do we know anything about the location where they're meeting?
Well, like I said, it's just it's just a basic tavern, but it seems to be fairly popular with the staff and the students. Oh, okay, good. There we go. Bear with me a second. I'm gridding the map. Okay. And okay, that's better. Okay. And look. Okay. All right. So what's everybody doing? So what are you doing, Melody? You're going to a library or something?
Yeah, just to like read it up and maybe I can, I don't know, find out something.
Okay. Okay. Uh, okay. So what's everybody else doing? So Melody's going off by herself to go find a book on something. What is the rest of you doing?
I think we should do a little information gathering on this person. The girl that
Okay.
this guy is gonna meet.
Okay.
So do you want to do like a stakeout?
I think that was kind of like we're gonna be like Cyrano de Bergerac.
Yeah,
At least-
pretty much. Pretty much. So I would probably go over and just throw this out here. Seeing as detention obviously seems to be fairly popular with the staff and students, there's very likely somebody there who knows Gia who might be able to give you a little insight on what she likes, what she's like, what she likes, that kind of thing. Anything, little bits of info that might be able to help you help Zell.
Okay.
Okay, and I will throw this out here because I know I have forgotten about it. In the course of your conversation with Zell, when he was kind of telling you about his plan to kind of try and woo this girl, he had given you an altered speaking stone that will work 6 times. Before it reverts back to like just a regular or speaking stone or sending stone or whatever the hell they're called, that you have in your possession. So you have that available to you.
Okay, so we have speaking stone.
Yes,
Just
So
the one.
basically, he gave us a cell phone.
essentially.
But we don't know if it creates the message or if it just transports the message.
Well, so essentially, the way I've always understood it is that the ascending stone is kind of like the sending spell, where you can speak a message up to 25 words, and the person that you're sending it to receives it in their head mentally.
And then after that, it's like 10 cents per character.
Nope, you got 25 words and that's it. They can respond in kind.
I can't even subscribe for unlimited word count.
No, they don't have that kind of plan here.
I hate the service.
Yeah.
No unlimited for you.
I'm switching to AT&T.
You gotta get what would the Faerun version of Comcast be?
House Civis. Or not Faerun, but the Eberron version.
Yeah. Oh. So I guess just use the sending stone. Wait, so when you find out information, I guess use the sending stone to tell him? Is there a time we're supposed to use the sending stone? Or
I'm
did he
kind of
just give
getting
it to us?
the feeling that
Why
it's...
don't we use the sending stone now and ask him?
Well, because we don't know how many charges the sending stone has.
6?
Yes, you do. You got 6.
Oh, 6. Okay. Well, I mean, do you really want to... do we want to waste a charge to ask
We want to make
him
sure we get
when
this right. We need as much detail as we can.
Yeah, we need 6
I'm sure we can
different
stuff.
messages
Yeah.
to ask the same thing. Alright. Well, I guess we'll find out information about the woman and then send him the information, I guess. I'm not really clear on what else there is to do here.
Okay. Okay, so what you can do and what the module kind of expects you to do is you can go to detention. And like I said, because the tavern is very popular with both staff and students, there should be somebody there that you can kind of like ask about her, get some information that can then be used to help Zell impress this woman Gia. Um, Now you've got the sending stone, which, like I said, will send him a message in his head, so only he will hear it. So if there's something about his date, something comes up in his date that have an answer for, you can kind of like you're basically Cyrano de Bergeracing him, kind of like, oh, say she's got pretty eyes because she likes that kind of like flattery. All right, so then he can do that type of thing. We just got to need to find the information.
Okay. So then I guess we should head over to that tavern or wherever that all the students gather and ask some of the other degenerates about her.
Degenerates.
We
Nice.
said that, detention was a big thing.
Oh, just because it's called detention doesn't mean that they're in detention.
I mean,
bad
literally, wouldn't they be in detention if it's called detention?
Let it go. Okay. So I am going to. So you're going to go over to the place?
Yeah.
Okay.
Place time.
I am going to put you guys on the map. Okay. All right. Close that. And share record. Okay. So the tavern called Detention hums with life. It's life. Hums with life. It's 2 stories packed with students fresh from lectures and lingering over drinks. The scent of roasted meats and spiced wine drifts through the air, mingling with bursts of laughter and the occasional arcane spark from a tipsy spellcaster showing off. A warforged bouncer stands near the entrance. I've got to put him in. Arms folded, eyes scanning the room with quiet authority. His frame is broad, polished steel etched with faint runes. You overhear one of the patrons nearby call him Bumper, and even the rowdiest students seem to settle when they catch his gaze. Tables crowd the lower floor, while a spiral staircase leads to a quieter upper level, booths tucked beneath hanging drift globes and a balcony view of the chaos below. Soon to join in this crowd is Gia, Zell's brilliant and intimidating date-to-be, and if you plan to help him impress her, you'll need to learn what makes her tick without raising suspicion. Okay. All right, so my little player prompt is detention is packed, but you've got a few minutes before Gia arrives. Do you want to split up and talk to anyone, or set the stage for Zell's entrance?
I'm sorry, I have to go to the bathroom, but I'll have the stream on my phone so I can still hear.
Okay.
I think we should split up and kind of ask around subtly.
1 second.
Actually, there's no sound coming through the stream. Can you make sure that you're allowing desktop audio to go through?
Yeah, it's going through. Is it maybe muted on your side?
You will guide a ball through these 2 strings, okay?
What?
And drop it so it lands in the bucket.
Okay, well,
Okay.
I guess go around
There's been
and
a
ask,
that be
like
somebody
they
who
said.
liked that I was playing in.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you kind of like a rundown of who all is in here, and you can decide who you want to talk to. Now, mind you, what I have here to provide you is not necessarily what's here on the map. This was thrown together very quickly just to have a space.
Okay.
So take notes about who's here, and then we'll take it from there. All right, so the crowd inside detention is a study in contrast. Rowdy clusters of students, quiet corners of reflection, and a few figures who stand out without trying. Behind the bar, a half-elf polishes glasses with slow, deliberate care. her eyes scanning the room like she's keeping score. She doesn't speak, but she sees everything. A dwarf near the hearth devours a plate of venison and lemon carrots with theatrical enthusiasm, gesturing wildly as he talks to no one in particular. A human woman sits alone with a mug of tea and a battered war memoir, her expression unreadable as she flips a page and traces a line with her finger. A gnome, buried in notes, mutters about exams and deadlines, occasionally casting mage hand to shuffle papers while chewing absently on a quill. There's a cluster of students near the bar, laughing and whispering, led by a woman with a wine glass and a talent for scanning the room without seeming to. One elf sits apart, swirling a glass of red wine and watching the tavern with open disdain. His gaze lingers on the reserved table, then moves on. And yeah, so there's like a kind of like the table. Oh, actually, hold on. Draw arrow. We'll say that this is the reserved table. Okay.
That's the reserved table for the date, or who again?
That's the table that's been reserved for Gia and Zell's date.
Right.
Okay. So, okay. A nervous half-elf in first-year robes fidgets with his drink, glancing towards the fireplace and quickly looking away when he catches someone's eye. A half-orc in the corner sketches in a leather-bound notebook, his eyes flicking between the crowd and the page with quiet intensity. A woman mid-date stirs her drink absently, clearly more interested in the tavern than her companion. Her gaze drifts towards the staircase and back to the door. And near the entrance, a Warforged stands sentinel, arms folded, runes etched faintly across his polished frame. He doesn't move, but the crowd moves around him. And that guy, you know, is you heard his name is Bumper. So, okay. So, anyone catch your eye? And who wants to talk to who?
Jimmy, any thoughts?
Do you have any thoughts of who you want to speak to in the tavern?
Well, I didn't think I was part of the group yet.
Well, you've got Karen, right?
Oh, that's right. I'm Karen. Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna play Karen.
I thought whoever was playing Karen was back. Okay.
Oh, he is, but he's got his own person. So.
Let me think. There was somebody in the hallway twirling a coin or something, right? Did I catch that right?
Not a coin. There's a.
I remember something about a quill.
Well, okay, so the gnome is the one that's chewing on a quill. There's an elf that is kind of like looking at the bar, kind of with disdain. He's kind of swirling a glass of red wine. And then there's a woman who's on a date, and she's kind of stirring her drink, kind of absently, but nothing about a coin.
Okay, I think I had misheard the quill thing. I had imagined like someone just like leaning up against the wall, like flipping a coin kind of thing, like very 1950s. Like, but I think that maybe talking to the guy with the quill would be good. I think interrupting the person on a date's probably generally not a good idea.
I don't know. Is the person on the date? Does she look like she's looking for an excuse to have a distraction or get out?
She definitely looks like she is not having a good time, but she's like kind of maybe just a little bit too polite to kind of like bail. Yeah, like the kind of date where she's actually like waiting for her girlfriend to call her on the cell phone, claiming that there's like an emergency and she has to get home quickly, but she hasn't gotten it yet.
I wonder.
That sounds like a good
Uh,
idea to me.
I guess I'll just go up to the woman, the two on a date.
Okay.
I
All
will
right.
be the one to interrupt.
All right. So Melody's going to go to the date. How about the rest of you guys? Did Karen say that she was going to go talk to the gnome with the quill?
I believe so.
Okay.
I want to talk to Killian.
Well, Killian and Donna can go bother somebody else. Who do you want to go talk to?
Maybe the dwarf at the bar.
Let's see. I don't think he was at the bar. He's near the hearth eating.
Oh,
Okay, so Killian and Donnie talk to him. All right, and well, Astrid's not here yet.
Right.
Okay. Okay. Well, we'll
We'll
say
just
that
say she's getting a drink or something.
Okay, or she's like just going with Melody, and she's just gonna kind of be quiet. All right,
Yeah.
so we'll start with Melody. Let me go find my. Okay. All right, so you go up to the woman on the date, and the closer you get, the clearer it becomes that she is like bored out of her mind, and she can kind of see the guy she's with is like this very skinny, nerdy type dude who is just prattling on about like different reagents that he used in certain spells, and he's completely oblivious to the fact that he is just boring her to death. He is just going on and on and on. And like as you get closer, you hear what he's going on, and you actually have to shake your head yourself because he's kind of lulling you to sleep almost. But you get kind of close to their table, and you kind of catch her eye. And, well, actually, I should probably say, what do you do as you get near her table?
I'm gonna look at the guy and be like, "Hey, buddy, why don't you let her talk?"
This is what you say to him.
Yeah.
He looks up at you, kind of like a little bit flustered. It's like, we were having a conversation. We are on a date. I don't know who you are, but
I think conversations usually require two people to be involved. This seems more like a monologue.
and like he sputters a little bit more, and he like looks at the woman that he is on the date with, and she just takes like a little sip of her wine, and she kind of like looks away. She's not like jumping to his defense or anything like that, but nor is she kind of like saying that you're wrong. He's like, "Oh, I'll be right back. I'm going to get a drink." And he like kind of huffily gets up and he stomps over to the bar to order a drink, leaving her by herself. And she just looks up at you and she's like, "Oh, thanks for that." It's like, I don't know if I could listen to that much longer. He's a nice enough guy, but once he gets going on a topic, he just cannot shut up.
I only heard the conversation for about 3 seconds, and already I wanted to walk out.
And she chuckles. She's like, yeah, I'm kind of that way. It's like, so, I mean, you kind of rescued me from the state a little bit. I owe you a favor. What can I help you with?
Well, I'm wondering if you know anything about a certain someone. And
Oh,
I
who's that?
do not remember the woman's name, but
Gia.
I'll ask about her.
Gia.
Gia?
Yep.
Okay. I'm wondering if you know anything about a woman named Gia, specifically.
Oh, yeah, I know her. Yeah, nice gal. Me trying to impress her, I was like, I'll tell you, she hates ale. And she's always ordering that fancy red wine. Starve you something. You know, if you're looking to impress, that's the way to do it. Just do not order her ale. She'll walk out.
All right.
That sounds like we got a new visitor. It's Kaylee. Not Kaylee. Why do I keep doing that? Holly.
What?
Hi.
Okay.
Hello.
Hi, Holly.
I'm here. I'm free.
Come on in. We're on the date.
Yeah, how's it going?
They just they're starting to gather some information, so you can come help with that. Okay. So you got that she's told you that she likes a particular type of wine. Okay.
Okay.
Star summon.
Oh, someone.
What?
You said it started with like star or something.
Starve you something.
Stardew?
You something.
Stardew?
Yeah, she says Gia always orders that fancy red. Starve you something. You know, she doesn't know the exact name of it, but she says, you know, it's starve you something, and it's a fancy red.
Fancy red. Alright. Fancy red. Get that down. Okay. I guess I'll just have some, like, if that's all she has to say in regards to Gia, I guess I'll just idle away talking with her then.
Okay.
Keep her from boredom of the
All right. So you're just gonna kind of like hang out with her and kind of chit chat.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just going to pause here, just kind of do like a quick catch up for Astrid. So Astrid, they have all gone to the detention tavern. I'm going to show you the map. All right. Now, mind you, this is not exact because I just threw this together like literally in 5 minutes before the session started, and actually while the session was going. So what I tell you here is not going to be entirely exact. So there's a bunch of people in here. There is a half-elf that is behind the bar polishing glasses. There is a dwarf eating a meal of venison and lemon carrots near the hearth. There's a human woman with a mug of tea reading a battered war memoir. Somewhere in here, don't worry about that. There is a gnome that is busy, looks like he's grading papers or something. There's also a cluster of students near the bar that are kind of hanging out and having fun there. There is this kind of snooty elf kind of standing off to the side, swirling a glass of red wine and just kind of looking at the rest of the tavern with like concealed disdain. There is a half elf that is like a young half elf, kind of fidgeting and with his drink and trying to not really draw attention to himself, like very shy guy. There's a half orc in the corner sketching in a notebook. And Melody just talked to this woman who is in date and she was bored. And then there's the forged bouncer that is over next to the door. Okay. So if there any of those strikes your interest, just let me know which one and I will put you on the list.
Sounds awesome.
Killian and Donnie, just to let you know, Killian and Donnie have already chosen to speak to the dwarf, and Caron is going to talk to the gnome.
I'll talk to the human reading the book.
Okay, the human reading the book. Where the hell is he? She. Oh, there she is. Okay, Astrid. Okay. All right. So we will move on to Killian and Donnie, who approach the dwarf, who is very loud, very boisterous with his commentary. He's just going on uh, about like a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Like there is no clear direction of his line of thought. Like he'll start talking about one thing, and then somebody will make a comment, and then he'll immediately start talking about something completely different. All very loud, and just like shoveling food into his mouth.
Shoveling what into his
How
mouth?
food
Okay.
into his mouth, just like like it's every comment is punctuated by like this big mouth of um, there's like crumbs kind of hanging in his beard just a little bit. Just a very uncouth fellow. But, seems like he's friendly, just a bit loud. Bit
How
loud. So,
uncouth.
okay. Um, so you may approach.
What kind of food is he eating?
He has a plate of venison steak with lemon carrots.
That actually sounds really good. Um, what else is on the menu?
Oh, God, there was. I do not know. At least I can. Oh, wait, hold on. Nope, that's not it. I thought I had prepared a menu here, but I did not.
How dare you? Do you want the randomizer that I use?
Hold on one second. I'm still looking to see. Got it. Actually, I think I have one. Actually, I think it might be in Firefox, actually. Not now. Let's see, character. Aha, here we go. Visit a town. Okay. Okay. So what are you looking for in specific?
Well, I was looking to see if there's anything interesting on there. Maybe exotic.
Okay. You looking for beverages or food?
Both.
Okay. So let's see. I don't know. I mean, there's like some Rieslings. There's a Sauvignon Blanc. Typical lagers. You do see the. God damn it! I have like notes like every freaking place, and they're not organized. That's the sad thing. Okay, so I will say that in among the variety of ales and regular Rieslings that are available, you do see a listing for something called Starview Red.
Right.
Okay, you also see a listing for the grilled marinade venison steak with lemon zested roast carrots. That is on there. There's also like a rotisserie chicken, some braised beef. There's a rotisserie cooked frog, and also an herb crusted squab. It's also like cheese platter, deep fried potato wedges. For soup, they had the venison chowder, pork chowder, and a fish stew.
I'll ask about
Among other
the pork chowder.
Okay. Are you sitting down with this guy, or are you asking him about it? Or are you just sitting at a table and ordering?
Just gonna sit down at his table and ask him, about the pork chowder, if it's any good, because he obviously appears to know good food.
He's like, oh yeah. He's like, I've had it a few times. It's actually, if you like it, it's not too spicy, but it's got a nice little kick. If that's what you're looking for.
Then I will offer to buy him around, or a bowl.
A bowl.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, really? Oh, I won't say no. And he goes, he grabs his mug of ale and kind of like raises it in a toast to you, takes a big swallow, and goes back to eating his venison. And he looks up at you and it's like, Sal, why are you at my table? What can I do for you?
We're kind of looking around and trying to get a feel for the people in the area.
Oh, anyone in particular?
Yeah, we've been hearing about this fantastic mage named Gia, and we're looking to see, if she might be a good fit for our team.
Oh, well. Oh, yeah, I know Gia. Yeah, nice girl. Really nice girl. I mean, I don't know if she's ready to be heading out on anybody's team, mind you. I mean, she's still studying. She's very intent on her studies.
Okay.
Good lass though. She's got taste though. I'll give her that. Every time she comes here, she orders this exact plate every time. Says it reminds her of home.
The venison?
Yeah. You gotta try it. Have you ever had it?
No, I haven't.
It is the best. I don't know how they get it so good, but by far the best venison I've ever had in my life.
Well, typically venin is hunted in the woods. You shoot the deer, you chop it up, you got the meat.
He just kind of looks at Donnie like, okay.
Thank you, Johnny.
He just kind of continues eating. And he's like, it's like, you ever try the cider here? It tastes like someone bottled a spell failure. Stick with the meat.
That's awful.
Stick with the meat.
So you said that you don't think she's ready. Do you think that she might be capable of handling a local team that does small time jobs?
I don't know. You can ask her. She's usually in here around this time. Maybe later on. If you see her, it's like you can ask her yourself. But for now, I'm gonna go back to my stick. Unless there's anything else.
Well, we're asking for your opinion. We'll obviously discuss it with her first, but...
My opinion?
Mm-hmm.
I think she's capable.
Okay.
I'm not in any of her classes, mind, but I've seen her go over and, cast a few spells, trying them out, and she seems capable. Smart lass. But yeah, definitely ask her. She might be interested.
Okay. I appreciate it. So I'll get up to kind of walk away, and I'll remind Donnie that the note that we got from what's-his-face mentioned that she likes sea shanties and magic.
Okay.
So maybe he can quickly write a sea shanty about a wizard or something that the guy
I'll do you one better. Somebody get me a glass of water and some table salt.
Okay.
I'm sure that has something to do with something.
I have an idea where he's going with that, and it's just kind of out there. It's very Donnie.
I'm going to gargle a melody, and at the end, I'm going to spray it over the audience to give them the feel of what being around the ocean actually feels like.
I mean, I was thinking
But that's
more like...
where I really get started.
I was thinking more like making up a sea shanty that the guy could then recite to Gia on his date.
Fine, I'll do it the traditional way.
I don't think that performance art is really going to be his thing.
You just said he likes sea shanties.
She does. We don't know about him.
Too
Does he
funny.
like getting spit on?
Jesus
mean-
Christ!
I mean, I wouldn't count on everyone in the audience to
God,
be
I think
on that.
Donnie- I
Wait,
think
so
Donnie needs
That
to
might be a
institutionalized.
distinct proclivity.
wait,
Oh
so
my
I agree with that,
Gia likes sea shanties? Or who does?
Yeah, Gia does. It's on the note
Okay.
at the bottom of the lakes.
Alright. Okay,
Oh, I
so
see.
Killian and Donnie, you're all set with the dwarf. We on to Astrid. Okay, so you walk up to a woman with the large book. It's a fairly good sized leather tome, kind of battered, a little bit rough in appearance. And you catch the title that says the book is called Ashes of Seer, which you kind of have to assume has something to do with the mourning or whatever. She is seated alone on a kind of like a chair, kind of off in the corner, and a small table to the side holds a mug of tea. And as you approach, she looks up at you with curiosity. She doesn't say anything. She just kind of like looks at you almost as like, yes.
Side question: do we know what Gia looks like? Have we seen her?
I think he described. I know. Oh no. Let's see. She So I believe she's an orc woman.
Orc?
Orc woman, actually. Trying to remember if it's
Let me see if I
information
wrote
that
it
you
down
get
somewhere.
from somebody or if he told you that. Oh, okay. Yeah, actually, Zell did go over and describe it. Zell described Zia as a tall half-orc,
Uh-huh.
excuse me, with deeply tanned skin and a dark red hair that she usually wears in a braid.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay. And yeah. Oh, and okay, he also did go up and say this. The last thing they had said, he said, she had her hair in a fishtail braid this morning, embroidered navy tunic, leather breeches. She looked radiant.
Okay.
Interesting.
Shoot. My approach is not going to work then.
What's that?
I'm just thinking of how I'm going to introduce myself.
Hi,
All right.
I'm Spyro.
Good morning. All right. I walk up and I kind of, tip my head to the side like I'm obviously reading the title of the book she's reading, and I tell her, crap, my approach isn't going to work now. She's human. Okay, I'm just going to say that looks like a good read.
And she says, and she kind of like, then she kind of looked at the cover. She said, oh, it's like, it's kind of a depressing subject, but it's really quite a fascinating read. How, like, even after all this time, nobody has any idea what happened, but it's so sad. It's a little depressing at times, but it's really interesting.
Yeah, wars are terrible things for those of us who went through it.
She looked at her, she said, "Oh, you fought in the war?"
I was, yes.
Oh, wow. So you probably, obviously you weren't, there during the morning, but oh, like, were you nearby when it happened?
Fortunately, I can't say that I was. It's still largely a mystery to me and most of my old friends.
Well, to most everybody, as far as like
Mhm.
what actually happened, so
Exactly.
yeah, definitely understandable. She's like, so it's like, hi. It's like she's like, I'm sorry. It's like, my name's Tess. What's your name? She holds out her hand.
My name's
Uh,
Astrid.
oh, it's very nice to
I
meet you,
take her
Astrid.
hand. I'll shake her hand.
So I was like, what brings you here? And it's kind of a lively crowd.
Hmm.
We don't get many veteran soldiers here.
Okay.
What
If
brings
there's
what
a
brings
if there's a chair next to her, I'll sit down in the chair.
Yeah, you can. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can like pull over a nearby chair and just kind of like sit down next to her, and
Hmm.
she says, yeah, it's like, we don't get many veteran soldiers here. It's like, what brings you to detention tonight?
Well, it's absolutely wonderful to meet you, Tess. I am here socializing just a little bit to see what the crowds are like here at school. I'm thinking of possibly joining the ranks here.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure they would love some of your insight. If you were involved with the war, I'm sure that there would be several classes that could potentially benefit from your insights. You should definitely look into it.
I definitely will. Um, I've already met a very interesting uh, student, Gia.
Oh, yeah, I know Gia. What about her?
Oh, I just think she's an utterly brilliant illusionist.
Oh, she is, but I mean, she's good at it. But I think her real passion is kind of like history. Like she's like me. She kind of likes to read war stuff too, not the
Hmm.
heroic stuff. Not that heroic fluff. Like the really messy stuff, the ones that ask questions. Uh,
Hmm.
this book right here, actually, she recommended it to me, and uh, I have to say it was a spot on recommendation. Uh, yeah, I mean, this is the type of stuff that she's really into. She's definitely into like history, and stories from the last war.
Hmm. It's so much better to hear it from not necessarily the soldiers who went in looking for fame and glory, but rather the ones who just do what they know is right.
I think that is true in most things, Astrid.
Hmm.
That is very true.
And what classes do you take?
Well, I mean, it's like I take a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I'm studying to be a conjurer of some sort. Um, I haven't really settled on anything specific. I mean, I'm
Hmm.
still just in my second year. I think I've got like another year or so before I actually really have to commit. So I've been trying out a little bit of everything. Um, but I think conjuring is where my strength so far seems to be. Uh,
I understand.
yeah, seems to be the strongest. So
If you don't mind me asking, are you from Karth or anywhere near there?
from Karth, uh, no, she's like actually, it's like I I I I am matriculating here from Rotes, uh, which is to the north there, uh, but yeah, it's like I mean I've been to Karth, nice place, but
Hmm.
um, yeah, that was a long time ago when I was a child.
Oh, I got you. I got you. I'm just wondering where there's a specific flower from Karth that I've been trying to find, and I'm just wondering if anybody near there might know where to find it.
Hmm.
Or maybe somebody sells flowers around here? I'd love to
Um,
wear one when I go to see when I enroll.
That's smart. She's like, oh, and I'm sure there's a flower shop or two down in the
Mhm.
market districts that might be able to help you out. I know that most of the shops, they bring in goods from like all over. So if anybody's gonna have a flower from Carth, it's probably gonna be one of them.
Ah,
Um,
beautiful.
can't give you an exact one because I very rarely get down that way. But yeah, I would say just go check out the market district. You might be able to find something.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your help.
Damn it, Astrid, asking questions I don't know.
It's all right. It's a mutual. I don't know what to say either.
No, it's okay. It's like this is very kind of like seat of our. All right, so you're moving on. You're all set with.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. All right. So we are going to move on to Caron. You're up, Jimmy. Okay. So Caron is talking to the gnome.
Hey,
Okay.
bad.
All right. So you approach the gnome, is at a table by himself, and the entire table is covered uh, with papers, like stacks of papers, notes, and he's kind of like very busy writing. In amongst all of the notes are like a few plates of like half-eaten food. There's like a plate that's got like a block of cheese that has had like a bite taken out of it. There is another plate that has like a small serving of the venison and lemon carrots that has not even been touched yet. Uh, and looking at it, there is no steam rising off of it. So you've got a fairly good idea that this has been sitting here long enough to go completely cold. There is a glass mug that is half filled with a pale ale. And he is just busily writing on these papers. Um, and as you get closer to him, you can hear him mutter something about exams. And yeah,
Muttering something about a what?
about exams.
His aunt?
Exams, like
Oh,
tests.
the exam.
Yes.
Okay. Um, well, the general sense I get from the picture of this character is just kind of like a Jessica Rabbit kind of thing. So I guess I'm gonna like just saunter up to him, like if somebody's studying real hard. Like,
Uh, so the gnome looks up as you approach. He's like, he you can tell just by looking at him that um he's a young gnome, you know, young for whatever like a gnome would be, that would be considered still be considered a young adult. I'm not even sure what age that would be. He also looks to be extremely stressed out. He's like, it's like, hi. It's like, what can I help you with? It's like, I've got a lot of studying to do. What do you want? He's like not
uh,
obviously not trying to be rude, but trying to kind of like, all right, I got stuff to do. What do you want?
right, like better things to do than talk to some chick. Yeah, we get that.
Yeah.
It just seemed like you are somebody who knows a lot around here, and I was wondering if you had any information on this girl named Gia.
Oh, Gia. Oh, yeah, I know her. Top of the class. She doesn't study with anyone. Doesn't need to. Makes the rest of us look lazy.
Really, you'd think that she'd work with somebody.
I, she never worked with me, and man, I could really use the help too. But no, she seems to go over and have everything just go for her. She's super smart. Like I said, she's top of the class. She's a favorite of all the professors. Yeah, she makes the rest of us look like we're just sitting on our asses, doing nothing. Meanwhile, I'm busting my tail just trying to go over and scrape by a passing grade. My parents are gonna kill me.
Oh Lord, where do I want to go with that? I don't know. It seems to me that somebody who's that perfect would have some kind of deep dark secret. Have you heard anything?
No, I mean it's like I said, I know of her. I'm in a couple of classes, but we're not friends or anything like that. So I mean, I
Well,
don't know
surely there's
what.
some rumors going around.
If there are, I haven't heard any of them.
Hmm.
So
All right.
if that's what you're looking for, it's just it's like you're not here to help me pass conjuring theories. Like you just please go away. And he goes back to scribbling his notes and just
Alrighty then, I will
you've been
excuse
dismissed.
myself then.
All
There,
right.
know.
So gauging by the time you've probably got like another 20 to 25 minutes before Gia is expected to arrive. Is there anybody else here that you see that you might want to talk to?
Nobody comes to mind, no.
Now, this is for everybody, by the way.
I do have one idea. Because he wanted us to be, like, nearby at the time to keep an eye on the table, right?
Yep.
Can I ask the bartender if they need any help around the time? You said it's been. We've got like what, 30 minutes left?
You got about like 20, 25 minutes, yeah.
Yeah. So I'll ask if there's anything they need help with for like the next few hours.
Okay. So you're gonna go up to bartenders. So we're gonna set you for that. All right. Anybody else?
Can I go check
sorry.
upstairs?
Myself with a drink.
I was muted. Sorry.
Okay, one person at a time.
All right. So Melody's going to talk to the bartender. Still got a group of students to give and talk to. I got the snobby elf with wine. The nerdy half elf first year. The artist half orc in the corner, and the Warforged bouncer.
I would love to talk to the orc.
Okay, you're gonna go talk to the half orc artist. Okay, we'll send Bastard over there. All right, Killian and Donnie. We all know you're a couple, so where are you guys going?
Is there anything upstairs?
We'll say that okay, actually, they're near the bar.
By the way, I'm getting like Pokemon theme song vibes from this tavern music.
Yeah, it's just what comes up. I will say, like all of you seem like they're on like on the first floor. There's people upstairs, but none of them seem particularly interesting. Oh, actually, you know what?
Well, fine.
You look look to like the balcony that's kind of overlooking the main room, and you can see like a few people. There is you see a trio of students that are playing a magical card game that sparks illusions with each play. And as you're kind of looking up there, one of them kind of goes over and plays a card, and you see this tiny illusory kraken kind of appear, kind of wave its illusory tentacles, and then fizzle in a little shower of sparks to kind of scatter across the surface of the table.
Playing Hearthstone, he's a Cthulhu deck.
Right. Can we find out more information about that? Because I feel like that's something Gia would totally be into, given her penchant for like gambling and whatnot.
Gambling.
Did I ever say anything about gambling for Gia?
I know on the note it says she did arm wrestle for a bet once.
And she likes to play
that
dice.
Oh, I missed that.
Oh, yeah, so did I. Yeah, you can you can take a look at it if you want to do that.
Yeah, I want to ask a little bit more about that card game and see if that's something that she might be into.
Okay, one second. So,
because it mixes, magic with gambling, chance. And Jordan, your question about the thing about the bucket, I was logging into the stream on Twitch to see if it was an issue there, and that was one of the videos that popped up before I could mute it.
Okay.
Somebody left their bucket out. Ooh.
What kind of bucket? Is
It's
it a bucket and a mop?
And
No,
are they wet?
no.
I mean,
Jeez.
I
Jeez.
did
I was
just make
making a
macaroni.
it's a very niche Homestuck reference.
Mm.
Okay. All right. So you're going to do that. Aster's talk to Bar and Charon, who sounds interesting. You got the students by the bar. You got the snotty elf and the nerdy first year.
I guess I probably have a better chance getting information from the snotty one.
From the snobby elf.
Yep.
All right. Sounds good. There.
Again, using my stunning good looks.
All right, so I'm actually going to start with Donnie and Killian. You make your way upstairs to the second floor and walk over to where the students are playing this game. There is another card played, and there's a kind of like almost like a burst of like blue energy that just kind of sends like sparks up into the air, and he kind of like grins and he like points at the other player. He says, "Ha, Mirror of Vera, your illusion collapses." The other guy's like, like starts cursing, like, "That's the third game in a row. God, you got to give me a chance." And they gather up the cards and they begin to shuffle. And one of them looks over at you and he says, "You play? We got a spare deck if you want to try."
Yeah. I've never played before, but would like to try.
Okay.
I'm sorry,
So-
you were talking to us, right?
Yeah, I was talking.
Okay.
Oh yeah, he's talking to you. Yeah. He's like, "So you sound a little unsure." It's like, have you played this game before? You've ever played Schedule Bound?
No, can't say that I have.
Okay. So he gives you a quick rundown. I have my AI up here helping me with this. Sigil Bound, he does like a quick rundown. He says Sigil Bound is a fast-paced magical card game popular among arcane students and young mages. Each card represents a fragment of a forgotten spell, a mythical creature, or legendary caster. Players build decks to channel specific schools of magic, evocation, illusion, necromancy, etc. Duel by assembling sigil chains that trigger powerful effects. Okay, we are not playing a game because I have literally just made this up on the fly. But yeah, it's like if you want to go over and say that you've played one, tried a game or something like that, we can just do.
No, I don't want to lie. I'll say that I've never played, but I would like to learn.
Okay. Well, I mean, he sits you down, and they spend like another 5-10 minutes going explaining the rules, and they kind of lead you through a hand of it. It's interesting, a little bit tricky to grasp. You would probably have to spend a little bit more time learning the rules, but it does seem like a really interesting, fun game. Excuse me, not terribly on the level of gambling that you were talking about, but I would probably almost say this is kind of similar to like I'm playing like Magic the Gathering.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else? Any questions or?
Not that I can think of. Well, I'll ask if maybe they have a couple of beginner decks that I could buy off of them to give to
Uh,
our friend?
yeah, so
Or
actually one of
borrow?
them goes. Yeah, so like one of them. Well, actually, it's like to be honest, like I just upgraded my deck last week. So my original deck, I was probably just gonna go for it and get rid of anyway. So you're welcome to have it if you want.
Okay.
All right. So he hands you over like a small deck of cards. There's maybe between like 25 to 30 cards in the deck. And you take them and they're a little bit dog-eared. They've clearly been used frequently, uh, but there still has like you kind of like fan them out. You kind of like look through the cards and you see like every card has like a very slight magical shimmer as
Mm-hmm.
the light kind of hits the surface. And you kind of like flip it back and forth, and like it's almost like a lenticular card.
Okay.
All right. So when you go over and you turn it back and forth, it kind of like the image on it moves just a little bit. But yeah, very cool. But yeah,
Holographic. Sorry.
Mathematical.
Mathematical!
all right.
Algebraic. Okay,
So
sorry.
you're all set with them.
I think so. Donnie, did
Okay.
you have any questions?
No. Except for when I posted in Discord.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Oh, I didn't see that either. Oh, okay. That's off topic. Let's see here. Okay.
We had one. I haven't actually touched it.
You had one, but you haven't actually touched it. The sea shanty?
No, the Google Doc.
Oh. All right. Oh, and so by the way, it's like probably this was not really actually part of my notes, but there might be some interest for Gia. Because the cards are actually based on real historical figures and events from the magical world, some controversial or half suppressed. Gia might recognize names or symbols from her own studies. There's also game rewards cover sequencing and bluffing. Gia's the analytical mind and curiosity would thrive there. And students often play in small groups, wavering mania favors or spell components. It's a way to network, gossip, and test one's magical instincts without casting a single spell. So there's a few interesting elements that might appeal to Gia. Okay. Moving on down to Melody. While Killian and Donnie are upstairs, Melody has gone to bar. Behind the bar is a half elf woman. She looks to be probably in her mid 30s. Though her being a half elf, she's probably considerably older than that. She's wearing just a very plain dress with an apron tied around. She's basically polishing glasses, kind of watching the room with quiet scrutiny. And she sees you as you walk up. She says, "Evening, what can I get for you?"
I was wondering if you had anything you needed help with for the next few hours or so.
Not really. What are you looking for, a job or something?
Just small services. There's something I need to keep an eye on in a few minutes by now, I suppose, and I figured it would be a easier way than taking up a table.
Well, I mean, to be honest, like I don't really need any help. It's actually kind of a slow night, so you need to keep an eye on something and you're worried about taking up a table. I mean, tonight's slower than most. So yeah, and she points out like a couple of tables kind of near the hearth just a little bit. And they're actually the two tables that are to the north of the reserved table. And she says like, those two tables there, it's like those have been empty for most of the night. So feel free to set up camp there if you want. She said, but yeah, I don't. I got Jimmy in the back washing the dishes. Helena is sweeping the floor, and she points to a young working the. And I've got Leona, who is serving drinks for me. Yeah, sorry, don't need anybody tonight.
Okay. I'll just shrug and walk off to the tables, I guess.
Okay. Right.
Not really
She
much
like
else I can think to do.
as she starts to walk off, she's like, it's like, just don't sit at that center table. It's like, I've got that reserved for a young couple that are coming in here for a date night in a little while. So.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So you're done with that. Okay. Now who's next? All right. So Carol goes up to the snotty elf. He is tall-ish, probably about like 5'10", 5'11". He's got like kind of long black hair that is kind of tied up into a braid at the back of his head, and bound with like a blue cord at the top. He's well dressed in kind of a navy coat with kind of gold trim, and leather breeches, and he's just kind of standing, kind of leaning against a post that's in the middle of the room. He's got a glass of red wine in his hand that he's just kind of lazily swirling the glass around, and he's just kind of looking out over the crowd, and the look on his face could not be any more dismissive and disgusted by the people that are around him if he tried. He looks like a total tool. And he just kind of like looks down his as Roach, and he doesn't say anything, and just kind of like glares at you, like challenging, like, what do you want? Why are you bothering me?
Oh no.
Okay, well,
Who's...
you're up.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize you were talking to me.
Yep. Okay, so Snobby Elf is looking at you as you approach.
I'm having a terrible time hearing you with that background noise.
Okay. How's this?
A little bit better, yeah.
Might need to turn me up, maybe.
Oh, I just have audio processing. There's a lot of noise going on.
You can mute the background sound if you need to.
Oh, that would be beautiful. How do I do that?
In Discord, if you look for the user that says Sunday D&D, and then you can right-click on it, and there should be a mute checkbox.
Is that it? Everyone still there?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Mhm.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you. This is so much better. Okay, now what are we doing?
Okay, so you have approached the snobby elf with the wine, and he's just kind of standing, kind of leaning against a pole in the middle of the room, kind of just swirling his wine glass around, looking out over the students and people that are in this room, with barely concealed contempt and disdain. As you approach him, he kind of favors that look at you. Doesn't say anything, but just kind of has a look on his face of, yes, what do you want?
Honestly, I didn't have a plan for this. Uh, to be confrontational, or if we can't get any information out of him.
Are you
Sure,
asking
I'll be around the
us?
pot.
Or...
So it's like, as you're kind of like, standing there, Jing, kind of trying to figure out what to say, he just looks at you and he says, "If you're here to talk, make it quick. I'm composing a critique of tonight's crowd."
Critique of the crowd. Usually that's reserved for the artist.
I reserve it for myself. What can I do for you?
Um, I don't know. I'm not good at improv, and
Neither am I. Don't worry about it. Nobody's judging you.
it's not a judgment thing. It's not I can't come up with anything right now.
It's totally cool to just like say, like ask any question directly, and we just imagine that it was a long, elaborate conversation.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
and just remember, you're here to find out information about Gia.
Right. I don't know. I guess I'll try to use my looks and my charms to get that information out of him, or I. I
Okay,
don't know his character.
I mean, and it's tough. You're stepping into shoes that you know. So you could just go over and say, "Oh, it's looking for, named Gia. Do you know her? What can you tell me about her? Stuff like that." Ow,
Yeah.
ow, ow. Okay. So we'll say that you asked about Gia. So he says, "Oh, yes, the half-orc girl. Nice enough girl. A little plain, if you ask me. She drinks this." And he swirls his wine glasses. "Starview red. Never ale. She says it dulls the senses. She's not wrong." And he takes he swirls the glass away. He takes like another sip. And he's like, "Really? Is that all you wanted to ask about, Gia?"
I suppose so. Yes.
"Oh, fine. You've got your answer. Now go away. I have work to do."
God,
And
I
he
want to
just
kill
turns
him.
his back on you. I know.
No.
His name is Lebrix.
Oh, okay.
Bricks.
The brick?
Lebrix. It's an old joke.
Oh.
Okay. So yeah, I think that's pretty much everybody.
Was I gonna
Okay.
go talk to the half orc?
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. I completely forgot about Esther.
It's alright.
Okay, so like I said, I've got like pages expanded on a lot of the stuff in the module, but it's kind of all over the place. Okay, so Astrid, you make your way towards the corner to where there is a half-orc sitting, busily sketching in a book. And you see him kind of like, he'll sketch a few lines and he'll look up at the room and then continue sketching. So you kind of get the sense that he is sketching either somebody in the room or the room and its occupants itself. Excuse me. And he, just keeps drawing. And as you approach, he kind of shyly, kind of like, closes his notebook and he says, "It's like, this place is loud. It's good for gesture studies, bad for peace." And it's like, "I sketch people who don't know they're being watched. You're safe. For now." And it's like, "Hi."
Hi.
Okay.
It's a pleasure to meet you. I was just thinking the same thing about this music and this noise.
It's like, yeah, it's not too bad. But it can get a little grating at times. It's like, is there anything I can help you with?
Really, I wanted to ask. Does this character have an accent at all?
Oh God, I don't do accents.
No, you don't.
Probably.
You don't have to. I'm just wondering if they
Um,
do.
he's got maybe like a slight accent. And if you had to kind of like pinpoint it, you'd probably think he is from the Eldeen Reaches, where like a majority of like orcs and orc kind tend to live. Uh, so you kind of surmise that the accent sounds like it might be from that area of the continent.
Okay. Actually, I wanted to ask. Now that we're talking, are you from around the Elden Riches?
Like his face kind of brightens up and he smiles, exposing like these two, uh, not the long tusks that you would expect from like a regular orc, but like tusks, like these really large-ish tusks in his mouth, and he says, "Oh, how did you know? How did you know?" Yes, of course I am. Like,
Oh,
how did you guess that?
I've had several comrades that were from around there. I just recognized your accent was all.
Oh, yeah. It's like I come from the southern reaches from a town called Greenblade.
Mhm.
Uh, yeah, it's like I'm just here to study some. My parents want me to study some of the druidic magics. They say that I'm not getting enough at home, but my passion is really for my drawing. And he kind of gestures at his sketch pad. Um, he says, but you know how it is with parents; they
I
never leave you
do.
alone.
It sounds like a tough decision. I'm so sorry.
Uh, I'll get through it. I want to make them proud, but at the same time, I want to still be able to do the things that I want to do too.
Mhm.
But it is what it is.
You wouldn't happen to take a conjuring class, would you?
Actually, yeah. He's like, I'm doing okay with that. I'm scraping by. I'm passing, you know, just barely. I'm afraid to say. Um, but yeah, yeah. Are you enrolled at the university as well? Are you taking classes?
Not yet, but I'm seriously thinking about it.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
I'd love to get to know more of the students. I've already met one, actually. Her name was Gia.
Oh, real? Yeah. Okay. She's awesome.
She's
Super
awesome.
sharp. Oh, she's awesome. She's smart. She doesn't waste words. The only one that makes her laugh though is Guy Zell. Have you met him yet? Nice
Oh,
guy,
mm-hmm.
little weird, but uh, she seems to like him. She says he's the only one that makes her laugh, and that's pretty rare.
Mm, that would be so nice having somebody that could make me laugh. Anyway,
And he says already kind of grins, and he's like, it's like, I would try, but I don't tell jokes too well.
unfortunately, neither do I. I have one follow-up question,
Sure.
if that's okay, if you've got a minute.
Sure. Yeah, it's like I'm so rude. I'm just like, I'm sorry. It's like, yeah, my name's Drek. What's yours?
Astrid.
Oh, nice to meet you, Astrid. And as it's like, go ahead, ask your question. And he like opens the book and he begins to very quickly start
Mhm.
sketching a picture of
Well,
you.
when I enroll here, I've got it in my head that there's this flower from Karth that I would love to be wearing when I go see the professors. Do you happen to know anyone around here that sells exotic flowers?
Exotic butters.
Okay. Well, and he thinks for a second. He's like, oh, it's like, I know just the place. He's like, in the upper reaches of Nathaniel Tower District, there is a shop called the Pedalway.
Pedalway.
And yeah, and it's a crazy place if you ever get there. It's like I went there. I had to get some. Oh God, it was a while ago. I can't even remember what I had gone up there for. But it is kind of insane and it can be a little overwhelming. But it's like this tiered flower market, and it spills out across like the balconies and the bridges, and the vendors are all selling like all these fresh cut blooms, enchanted blossoms that some of them might sing, some of them might glow, and occasionally they might have some rare plantar flora that
Mhm.
they're able to kind of smuggle in by skyship. It is, if you go there, you will not believe how amazing it smells.
Well, it sounds amazing.
Yeah,
I love
I mean,
orchids.
depending on how strong your sense of smell is, it might be a little bit overwhelming, but it smells absolutely heavenly. And if you're looking for something from cars, that might be the place to find it.
Sounds perfect. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And maybe I'll get a chance to see your art sometime.
Oh, it's like he brushes off like a little bit of dust from paper and he rips a sheet out of the pad. He's like, well, you are in luck. And he presents you a perfectly rendered drawing of your face. And it's actually very well done.
You know, Deck, if you want my honest critique, if you don't mind,
Sure.
I think you should pursue art.
Like his cheeks color just a little bit. He's like, and he like kind of gets a little bit of a shy look. It's like, maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. We'll have to see if we can make that happen for real. Thank you, Astrid. I appreciate that little nudge in the right direction.
You're very welcome. Anytime.
Thank you. All right, and so you're departing.
Yes, I'm walking away.
Okay. Okay. So you've pretty much hit everybody. You've got the majority of the information that can be gotten. Okay. So you all reconvene at one of the two tables, just above the indicated table in the center there, and try to look inconspicuous. So you can order some food just to kind of like, be there at the table.
Correct me. Sorry. Are we communicating with him telepathically at all or something like that?
He had provided you a sending stone that has 6 charges on it. So you
Oh.
have like 6 opportunities to kind of whisper into the stone to give him a nudge in the right direction on kind of impressing Gia.
Oh boy. No pressure.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna put everybody over there. Okay. Killen, do you want to sit next to your boyfriend?
I
Of course.
guess. This is news to me, so
What's that?
I thought you were kidding. So apparently this is a canonical thing?
We're unofficial.
Unofficially official?
Yeah, you don't know it yet.
Oh yeah. But the rest of us all
And
know.
I don't know it yet.
Absolutely.
But we all have
You're
that
crazy
feeling, right?
about him. Everybody else knows it but you.
Apparently.
Oh yeah. I mean, you guys only like every time there's a long rest, you guys sleep in the same bed.
Oh, okay. So I'm a whore. Got it.
I didn't say what we do in bed.
Yeah, one of you's the little spoon. I'll let you guys decide on. Okay. All right. So you all reconvene at the table near the reserved table. The tavern's mood shifts slightly as the door opens and a tall half-orc woman steps inside. Her dark red hair is braided in an elaborate fishtail, catching the light like copper wire. She wears a navy tunic embroidered with silver thread, fitted over leather breeches and travel boots. Her posture is confident, but her eyes scan the room with a flicker of uncertainty. She spots the reserved table and sits with quiet grace, settling into her seat and adjusting the cutlery with deliberate care. Moments later, Zell enters. His robes are freshly pressed, his hair combed back, and his expression caught somewhere between panic and delight. He
Oh,
sees Gia, freezes for half a heartbeat, walks over as she waves. He grins, nervously, earnestly, and sits down. The date begins. Okay, so okay, so Gia's seated. Zell walks in, freezes for a. You're still in the tavern. Do you do anything before the date begins?
I don't.
I would argue whoever has the sending stone currently should
I was-
probably
Yeah.
preemptively tell who's it's the information we learned. Which, as far as I can tell, is only like 3 things.
Okay, let's see. Let's figure out what you did well. Because you pretty much talked to everybody, I think, except for 2 people. Because nobody talked to the bouncer, or the anybody in that cluster of students there. But you did learn.
He likes the venison plate and Starview Red.
Yep, the venison plate and the Starview Red. She likes to read war books about the war. She tends to study by herself, and she's the top of her class. She drinks the Starview Red. What's the rest of it? Is that all? No, that's the other page. Oh, there it is. Let's see. You know that she is friends with Zell. She really likes Zell. Yeah, you got another thing about the wine. Yeah, that's pretty much it. But I mean, you can kind of. I would probably say you don't. You can't really go over feed him that on the stone because, like I said, it's 25 words or less, and it might be a lot coming at him all at once. So it might be like a little bit of information overload. So it might be better to just kind of like parse it out. Kind of like listen to. I'm actually going to go over just put 2 people over here.
Basically, just give the information when it's relevant.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Okay, so the date begins. So as Zealous sits down, he flags down the barkeep, and as the barkeep begins walking towards the table, Gia is kind of like watching Zell with curiosity, wondering what he's going to order.
I'm so sorry. Say that again?
Okay, so Zell has flagged down the
You're right.
barkeep. All right.
Uh-huh.
Barkeep is walking towards the table to take his order. Gia is watching him kind of with mild curiosity, waiting to see what he might order.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Okay, so now's when we should probably tell him
About the
wine.
and the venison.
Yeah. It's like my player prompt. Zell's about to order. Do you help him out or let him wing it?
Maybe let him wing the food and just Give him a quick little order the Starview Red.
Well, we have
The
25
only
words.
information we know is the food.
Okay.
Let him wing the only thing we have any input on.
I'm sorry.
He'll be fine.
Okay,
I
so-
mean, at least
say-
certainly with the wine, if ordering for the table.
So
Yeah.
I think the message should be something like, she likes, insert the name of the wine, insert
Okay.
the venison dish, good jokes, and stories of war. And that should be...
Well, this is just going back to what I said before. But Andy was saying that would be too much information all at once.
Yeah, it's like he's.
So we give
already seen that he's
information in
incredibly
pieces when
nervous.
it's relevant.
Yeah, you can tell that he's incredibly nervous, throwing all of that at him.
We've
All
got
at
6. Sorry.
I say we just tell him Starview Red venison, don't order ale.
I think he knows the ale thing,
Okay.
doesn't he? Does he know that?
Well, it's not on his. It's not on.
It's
his
not on the list. Okay,
nose.
never mind. Never mind. Never mind.
Yeah, I vote for Jared's.
Okay, so who's sending him the?
I volunteer as
Has
tribute.
it. Okay.
Yeah, who has it?
I
Not it.
don't know.
We're so good at this game.
We're so good, guys. We got this in the freaking bag. Okay, I guess I'll do it.
Okay, all right. So Astrid's gonna go over and send him the quilt. What do you send him?
Just to be clear, we're just telling him what to order. Am I
Yeah, you can
do I
do
have that?
Yeah, basically just Starview Red venison, don't order ale.
Okay.
That is probably what I would say word for word.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. I pick up the little stone,
Mhm.
and I say,
You should order some ale. No.
I say, order her a Starview Red, no ale, and venison.
Okay. So, yeah, he.
Oh, how many
So now-
words was that?
Uh,
Under
Nowhere.
Less than 25.
You red
yeah, it wasn't quite 25.
and
Yes,
ale.
right.
Yeah, that was like
Um,
8 words.
Oh, it was a little bit more than that, but you're good. So the stone kind of glows slightly as you speak into it, and you kind of watch Zell at the table. And just as you go over and release the order, the bartender has arrived at the table and is like, "Oh, good evening. It's good to see you, folks. What can I get for you today?" And just as she's finishing saying that, you see Zell just kind of give like a slight twitch to his head, and then kind of flicks his eyes in your direction, and sees you, Astrid, and just kind of gives like a small nod of kind of like thanks. And he kind of like he opens his mouth and then he closes it again and takes like a deep swallow. It's like his mouth has gotten dry all of a sudden, and he's like, I think we'll have the Stardew Red. Oh, the Starview Red, and I think you have the venison and the lemon roasted lemon roasted carrots. I think that sounds good. What about you, Gia? Would you like that? And she just kind of like looks at him and she smiles. She's like, "How did you know that was my dish?" Yes. She turns to the bartender. She says, "Yes, I'll have that as well. Thank you." And the bartender goes over and she writes this down on her slate. And she said, "Okay." She said, "Just give me a few minutes. I'll bring that out for you right away. Enjoy your date. Enjoy your evening." So she takes, the bartender takes off and she goes back to the bar and begins starting to get the order together. So while they wait, Gia leans forward and she says, "Heard anything new about the land?
About the
About
land?
the what?
The
About
Mournland.
the Mournland?"
Mournlands, okay.
Yep.
Isn't that the place we came from?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes. And actually, when she goes over and she says that, a look of like momentary panic kind of crosses Zell's face as like he completely blanks. So you
Uh,
you can feed Zell a recent rumor, detail, or poetic phrasing.
I
well,
see.
we know she likes war, and we do have one person in our party who was in the war. So, Astrid, would you want to field
Astrid's-
that information?
Astrid is happy to feel that information. She's a little stunned that this boy is already saying things to her that we're not prepared for.
He hasn't even said anything yet.
No, like at some point in the past, he has been like, "Yeah, I'm studying the Mournlands."
Mm.
What? Excuse me.
He's all choked up.
No, I swallowed wrong. Excuse
Oh
me.
no.
Oh God. um. I'm not gonna say there's like he's so much like study, but the Mournland itself would probably be somewhat of a topic of conversation with regular folks, just because it did happen fairly recently, within the last 4 years, and there's still a lot that they don't know about it, and he may be tangentially, whatever, involved with something where maybe there is some sort of study about it. So she might be expecting him to have some information or some juicy little tidbit about the situation there that he'd be willing to share. But from the look on his face, you can tell that he's blanking on anything to say to her on that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Astrid is going to really make sure she says this correctly.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna take a leap of faith here.
Okay.
Make sure that it's under 25 words.
Yeah, no, we're good there. Okay. So they already know that the place is hard. So I don't need to tell them that. But I will say numbers of scavengers are going down.
The numbers of the scavengers. Yep.
Yeah.
You can say more than that. You have 25 words.
Okay. Oh, good idea. Okay.
He might even be able to get some clout if he were to say that he knows some scavengers that are in town currently.
Okay. Oh yeah, we brought him the Oracle. For some reason I was thinking that he doesn't know about that. Okay. Numbers of scavengers are down. And Some are in town currently.
Okay. Oh, all right. So that's
Because
so.
that gives him an opportunity to tell her information that he already knows.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So what you're telling him, the numbers of the scavengers that are actually operating Bornland are going down.
Yes.
But that he knows that there's a scavenger visiting Sharn now.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the general address. Okay, so he's like, so we're just gonna go over and pretend that was like only like seconds that it took to go over.
Oh, absolutely.
But he receives that message. That's two messages down. Um, so he receives that message, and his face kind of brightens up as he's like, "Oh, like, oh, thank the host." I didn't even think about that. So he says, "Wow." He's like, I heard this rumor that, well, that they've got scavenger crews that are kind of going into the Barnland, to collect stuff that could be reused, right?" And she is like, "Oh, oh, something about that." Yeah, it's like, that's got to be dangerous work. And he responds, he says, like, "Oh yeah." It's like, I'm sure it is. He said, "Well, I heard a rumor that they have been losing a lot of the scavenger crews. It's not as many that are available to work there. So I think some of the production is kind of going down. But I do happen to know that there is a scavenger crew in the city now. Uh, I wonder. I wonder what stories they could tell us." And she is like, she gets like a big smile on her face. She's like, "Oh, that's so true." She's like, do you know them? Do you know them personally?" It's like, "Do you think we could go up and talk to them?" And he just like, "Oh, it's like, I just heard that they were here. I haven't met them myself. But if I happen to run across them, it's like, I'll let you know and see if we can chat with them."
Oh boy.
So, and he takes a sip of his actually of his water that's on the table, and she just smiles. At that time, the bartender has returned and placed two glasses of red wine on the table, as well as the plates of the food, and bartender departs, and they begin to eat, and they're chatting just a little bit, just more or less small talk. They have a bite of food, and Gia just kind of gives a appreciative sound of like, "Oh, this is so good." She's like, "They always do it so good here. It reminds me of." And Zell, he is eating, and he's focusing mainly on the carrots. Like, he cuts off like a small piece of the venison and puts it in his mouth and begins to chew. Um, and you almost kind of get the sense that he's kind of forcing himself to chew it and eat it. Like, you get the sense he doesn't particularly like venison, but he chews it and he swallows, and yeah, he's looking uh, not thrilled with the meal, but he begins to just kind of focus on the carrots. Like, so he asks her, he says, "Oh, so so tell me about your class today. You had transmutation today, I think you said, right?" And Gia says, "Oh yeah." She's like, "Oh, crazy class. We learned rope trick today." She's like, "It's weird, right? Like, where does it go?"
While this is going on,
And
I want to take the little deck of cards
mhm,
and use Mage Hand to slide it suddenly kind of down underneath the table, so that the
okay.
next time we talk to him, we can tell him that we put the cards at his feet and he can talk to her about them.
So you're using enchant to slide them
Yeah.
under the table.
Yeah.
I
am
can't wait
going.
for him to ask if she likes, and she's just like, no, I don't like that game.
I was going to have you do a stealth check.
A stealth check.
Like
Your sleight of
or
hand.
sleight of hand. Yeah. Then, Uh, no, geez, doesn't have anything.
As I knock
Okay.
stuff over.
I elect to believe that a failed check there is like you successfully get it on the floor, but then Donnie like kicks it to try and get it over to him, and then the cards just go everywhere because he didn't realize the box was open.
Well, I'm gonna say it's like
Don't give him idea.
it's not the best thing. I'm gonna say that you you cast a mage hand, you go carry spell, and just as you're kind of getting like halfway across, Donnie happens to go jostle your shoulder or jostle your arm, and it causes you your concentration or your ability to kind of control it to falter, and it fizzles, and the deck of cards drops onto the ground like between your table. It not so they both Gia and Zell hear the sound, and they kind of like look over at the deck of cards and then kind of back up at your table. Gia just kind of like shrugs her shoulders. She doesn't think anything about it. And Zell just kind of like glares at you. His eyes kind of like like widen, like what the fuck are you doing? Type look on his face. But then he just goes back to chatting with Gia. So let's see. So he responds to her. It's like, I once tried to store a sandwich in one. Wait a minute, hold on. Oh, he says, well, I think the rope trick is like a pocket in reality. Like, I once tried to store a sandwich in one, came back an hour later, it still hurts. And he like kind of like looks back at you, and it's like well, it's like a trapdoor for snacks, I guess. And
What?
Killian, if you, I think to add to the message that you want to send to him about the cards, maybe we need to nudge him that he doesn't need to be looking over at us as much.
I think he might be looking over at us because in his notes, Gia doesn't like people staring at her, so he's trying to just look somewhere else.
Point.
Okay. So she kind of laughed at the trapdoor snacks joke, and they just continue to kind of chat. So another couple of minutes goes by, and Zell, so funny, Claire, I've got a good joke. And he hesitates.
Here we go.
So you can send a clean, clever joke that fits Gia's vibe.
What fits Gia's vibe?
I think we just need to tell him that she already thinks he's funny.
Well, he's trying to tell a joke. So if you guys got a joke.
She
okay,
likes
let me
sea
think.
shanties. Maybe we could make a pun out of one of those.
Why does the seagull stand? I'm not actually saying this, I'm just suggesting this. Why does the seagull stand on one leg? Because they can't stand on none.
Okay.
Because they can't wait.
They can't
Okay,
stand on no
so-
legs.
You know, we'll put a pin in that. You know, we'll put a pin. Any
That is a
other
great idea.
suggestions? We're leaving suggestions are open.
God, she likes history and some such.
What's a
Okay.
pirate's favorite kind of movie? One's rated R.
Oh,
Oh,
but I like that one though.
Okay. So, as you're kind of like, trying to come up with a joke, Zell begins to speak and he says, okay, so Warforged, a changeling, and a goblin walk into a bar. And he kind of like visibly winces like mid joke and he kind of like looks at you, kind of like hoping that you might have a way to finish it.
What's the joke?
A Warforged, a changeling, and a goblin walk into a.
Okay.
Elf comes and ducks it.
What does the
Three people walk
changeling
into
look
a bar,
like?
and the fourth one ducks.
Maybe the changeling looks like something?
Door grows teeth because the building is a mimic.
I actually liked what Jimmy said.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Thank you.
That's good.
You guys want to go with that one?
Sure.
I guess so.
Okay, so you use the thing to go over, and he gets to the part walks into a bar, and then you see this look of panic kind of cross his face, like, oh shit, I forgot the punchline. And it kind of his eyes shifting a direction, like, help me. That doesn't work. So Astrid, you still got the stone, right?
Unless Jared wants to take it from me.
I mean,
Like I'll give you the option. Like I'm just holding it up and looking at you like, huh? Or do you want me to do it?
I guess I'll take it and say the joke. What did I say?
Hold on. Oh, I'm sorry. Are we going with what Jimmy said or with what Jared said?
I think what Jared said.
Wait, what did
mimic?
Jared
Mimic.
say?
Yeah.
The mimic thing? Okay.
Oh, okay. I thought we were Jimmy.
Oh, if we're going with Jimmy's, then
Yeah, Karen
We all
can
have
take
J
it
names.
if you want it.
Sure.
Okay.
A follow-up can be, why did the wizard go to the healer? He had a staph infection.
Oh my
jeez.
god.
It's bad.
Oh my god. That's amazing. I love that
Why
though.
did the wizard go to doctor? He had a staph infection. That is 13 words. So you can actually, given it was the fourth walked into. Oh, the fourth one ducked. So that's 4. Yeah, you can go over and say the fourth one ducked. Follow up. Why did the wizard go to the doctor? He had a staph infection. So that could be the entirety of your message.
Sounds like a plan.
All right. So Karen goes over and grabs the stone and sends the message with the punchline to that joke and then the follow-up joke about the wizard and his staph infection. And kind of just to help him out, you guys can kind of start laughing over the joke or whatever. And so you send the message and Zell goes over and kind of spits out the punchline really quick. It's like, oh, the first one walked into a bar. Ha 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 ha. It's like, oh, follow up. And then he goes over and tells the second joke. And Gia is almost a little bit stunned. She hasn't had a chance to kind of digest the first punchline before he's given her the second joke and punchline. So she's kind of thinking, and then she bursts out laughing and she's like, oh, you're braver than the most. That joke was bad.
Yes, it was.
She said.
That's what makes it good.
It was bad. She said, but it was really good. That was funny. All right. So, okay. Okay, so Gia, they continue eating, and so Gia kind of leans in, and she says, "Do you remember any battle tactics from the last war? I need something for my history paper."
Frick a duck.
Well, that would be Astrid again.
Yeah, that would be me again, wouldn't it?
Actually, do I know anything about? No, because I wasn't. No.
Just slide the stone over.
Yeah, we just slide it over.
So it's like
Astrid kind of hangs her head a little bit and just holds out a hand, not
So-
even looking.
as everybody like hands you stone, you see Zell drop and he leans down to pick it up, and while he's leaning down, you see him kind of touch his own sending stone, and he whispers, "Tactics, anything with maps or horses."
Horses.
Should we describe what was the goddamn box called?
The Oracle.
The Oracle? Do we
Yeah,
want?
Should we tell him about the Oracle?
Well,
He already knows about-
we
he's the
brought
one
the
that's done
Oracle
it.
to him.
Oh,
he's
right.
he's the one that we've got studying it right now. So like,
See, this is
But
what happens when we don't play for weeks. Everybody forgets everything.
I think the problem, the only issue I see with that is that she's asking for information on a history paper, and we just still don't know what the thing is for.
Well, the thing is not going to be related to history. Maybe you could do some kind of history check to see if you can remember some tactics.
This is why we pay you the big bucks.
Really, you're paying me the big bucks? How about me? No, that's
You do this for charity.
You can roll a history check to see if you can pull something out of either your past or some event during the war that you be relevant.
Could I pull?
Off the top of my head, actually, I'm gonna roll a history check. I'm trying to find it. I know something that might be relevant. I just don't know how to spin it. There it is.
Okay, that's actually pretty good. So just kind of, rough idea of what you're thinking.
Okay.
Don't worry so much about like, can I say this 5 words? But what are you thinking?
I'm gonna say. Oh God, I've got 25 word limit. Hold on. Okay. Here's what I'm thinking. I'm not saying this. I'm just thinking it. Having horses just standing by someplace as like a distraction,
Mm-hmm.
so that the enemy thinks you're going one way, but you're going another, and then
So using horses as kind of like a decoy to kind of bluff them into following the horses.
especially if it was like in the middle of like a cliffside somewhere, so they'd be following your horses, and then you could set off a booby trap.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you kind of plug that into just a general idea using 25 words, and
I totally did that. Yeah,
totally did it.
totally did.
So yeah, you kind of send that to Zell, and Zell takes that information and he begins to spin that into his own words, and they get he's gone a little bit off script, and starting to, like, he begins to embellish just a little bit too much, to the point where Gia's eyes almost kind of get like this glazed look, and he kind of catches that, and he kind of trails off, and he says, oh, he says, well, that's what I remember about it. It's like, I'm probably getting some of the details. That was the general gist about it. You might be able to kind of fine tune that. I think there's a book I saw in the library. I can help you find it later on. That might help you out. And she's like, she nods, kind of like gratefully. She's like, oh, she said, thanks. She's like, it's kind of the angle that I was looking for. That might work. But if you can help me find that book, just to kind of narrow the field just a little bit, I appreciate it. Thank you. And he kind of like takes like another strong, large gulp of his wine. Like he looks a little bit relieved, but like kind of like, oh my God, like why did I talk so much? Okay, so they continue, and they finish their dinner. The bar staff come and collect the dishes. Zell orders another glass of wine, and the bartender tops them off, and Gia, she holds her glass and she's kind of looking around the crowd of people. You see her wave at the half orc in the corner, drawing. Just kind of like, oh, like kind of waving. Oh, didn't see you over there. And then you notice as Zell kind of like just fidgeting, just a little bit, and he's like, Gia, he's like, there's something I need to tell you.
Uh-oh.
And so so you can kind of give him something to say to her.
Huh?
Abort.
Abort!
So
I've been thinking that the whole way through. No,
I'm thinking like little player prompts myself. So my player's prompt is: Zell's about to open up. Do you help him find the words, or let him speak from the heart?
Yeah.
Unless somebody has something really compelling, I think we should let him do it.
Okay, and then it says, if players hesitate, offer. You could remind him of something he wrote in his journal.
Okay. What did
Jesus.
he write?
Tell him to maybe open up about a really difficult magical research project. Reel her back in.
Maybe just... I guess that could be something. I'm just thinking, like...
You might be bored
Talking
of talking
about
about
her-
magic at this point.
Well, one of her likes is people talking about her magical skills, so the point is we're trying to say, like, get it more to be about her and get her to try and talk and join in the conversation.
I get her to... we'll just say that or remind him how much he admires her magical ability.
Oh yeah, that's okay. That's a good idea. Yeah. Okay. So he says, like, this is like something I need to tell you. It's like, it's like, and he begins to kind of go into this elaborate, like, oh, I can't help but be incredibly impressed by your skill with the magic, the magic that we've been taught. You're the top of your class, all your classes, and everybody knows it. But what's always impressed me is that as good as you are, you don't use it to kind of make anybody else feel inept with their own abilities. And I think that is an incredibly admirable thing. And he kind of, goes on. It's like, he's like, I've been rehearsing it in this in my head for like the last week. It sounded so much cooler. And I just wanted to say, it's like, that, last week when you conjured that parakeet out of that tin pot in front of Professor McGillicuddy. Just throwing shit out here.
You're
Um,
right.
he's like, that was like super impressive, and I just wanted to tell you, it's like, that you impressed me all the time. And Gia, she kind of like she her face just kind of breaks into like this wide smile, and she kind of she's like, "Oh, you remembered that? I didn't think anybody noticed." And he's like, how could I fail to notice? Like, you were the only one that was able to conjure something that cool out of nothing. Everybody else was able to, like, I think the most that anybody else in that class was able to was uh oh god, give me a name. Uh Billy Bob's cockroach. So he's like, like nobody else came up with anything cool. And you managed to do that in all of your classes. Just it's admirable. And the way you are so focused on your studies and becoming uh, an amazing wizard is it's just beyond impressive. And she looks very humble and grateful, but she's like, you notice as she like reaches across the table, and she grabs his hand, and she kind of gives like a light squeeze. She's like, thank you, Zell. That means the absolute world to me. Um, she see, let's see. I do that. Uh, all right. So Zell, finishes the last of his line, and he
Hmm.
says to her, he's like, wow, it's like, this is absolutely been the highlight of my week, Gia. It's like, I've been wanting to do this for quite some time, and I'm glad we do this. And she says, oh, she's like, me too. It's like, I can't understand why it took you so long to ask me out. I really wish you had done it, sooner. She's like, this has been an absolute pleasure. And they stand and they go to the over near the fireplace, and they kind of sit on like a low sofa there for a little bit. You can't really hear them too much, but they sit there for like maybe 15-20 minutes. You notice that the tavern has the crowd in the tavern has thinned, and there's probably just like a handful of people still. It's gotten kind of late, probably pushing maybe like 10:30 at this point. Um, let's see. After a while, they rise from the sofa, and Zell offers his arm, and Gia takes it without hesitation, and they exit the door. And do you they leave the tavern. Do you follow kind of like at a discreet distance?
I don't think we
I
really
say
need to
no.
follow at this point.
That seems unnecessary and kind of creepy.
What was that?
Yeah.
Leering.
Yeah.
Because I think
I think at
Yeah.
this point he's fine.
He's fine.
Okay. Okay.
So
So you're just kind of hanging out at your table, having another drink or whatever.
I think I'm gonna find a place to go to sleep.
Well, I mean, you do have your the
We do
Golden
have our
Horse.
what?
You have your rooms at the Golden.
Okay.
You keep cutting out.
I guess
What
I'm
the
just
hell?
gonna head back to the room then.
Okay,
Okay.
I thought that was happening just for my set.
I don't know why.
Yeah, there have been
Cause
a few times where it cuts out for
I
like a
don't know
minute or
about
two.
anybody else, but my back is not okay.
Okay. Well, we're actually just about finishing up. So I'm going to say that you can. Well, if you're planning to head back to the to your own inn, you can actually like wait a couple of minutes and then follow Zell and Gia out the door. And actually, as you do so, you see them uh, like a distance away. Uh, you see them at the kind of the end of the plaza, and the lamplight catches the silver in her braid, and she is looking at him, and you can see them exchange, a few words, um, and you see Zell nod, and then you see Geo leans in and she kisses him.
Aw.
Very brief,
Yay.
gentle, but definitely real. And then she uh, turns and she walks away, and she gets maybe about 15 feet away, and she looks back at him and she favors him with a final smile and a wave, and she continues on towards her own home. Meanwhile, Zell is at the end of the path, just kind of looking absolutely gobsmacked, like completely like, holy shit, I can't believe I did this. And you kind of come up to him, and as you approach, Zell turns to you. His eyes are wide open, like wide, and his mouth is open. He's like, "Did you see that? I mean, did you see that?"
I did.
I did.
And
Yeah.
he's like just beaming. He's got the widest smile I've ever seen, and he's like, he takes hit the sending stone that's in his hand, and he gives it to Astrid. He says, "You're keeping these. I owe you everything."
Oh.
He's like,
How do they work?
"Oh, it's a sending stone. It's a sending stone." So
Okay.
I think you used it maybe more times. So they've got like maybe like
They at least 4. I think they've got 2 charges left.
yeah, they got like 2 charges, and then it just goes back to like 1 charge a day. All right, so
Oh.
they're still going to be useful for you guys. So
Mhm.
write down that you got a pair of sending stones,
Mhm.
and I will make a notation for myself that there's still 2 charges on them too. Sending stone. 2
He
charges.
got a little kiss.
Okay.
That's so
Um,
good.
see. And so yeah, so he hands those to you. He's like, he's like, he's like, I don't know about you. He's like, but I'm going to bed. This has been a day. He's like, thanks for all your
Mhm.
help. Come see me tomorrow. We'll talk more. All
Sounds like a plan.
right. Have a good night. And he begins kind of walking, or should I say, floating on back towards home.
Believe it or not.
Okay. All right, so we will call it there. I know this was not the most exciting. This module kind of, um,
Oh, that's fun. I like that.
yeah, I'm sure I completely ran this entirely, but it'll do. It gets us to the end of this. So next time we meet, we will be picking up with you guys at the inn, at which point we will be saying goodbye to Caron.
Mhm.
And I have ways how we will do that. And take it from
With a
there.
bullet.
Oh,
Uh,
jeez.
no, nothing that mean. Nothing that mean. But
The
we'll take
American
care
way.
of it. All right, guys. Have yourselves a good night.
You too.
I
Well,
will.
Have a
You too.
good night. Good to have you, Jimmy.
Thanks.
All right. Night, everybody.
Bye.
Night.
Bye.
Bye.
Night.